Welcome back. Today is a special day in every Bengali's life. 25শে বৈশাখ, birthday anniversary of Kobiguru Rabindranath Tagore. But in this time, we are going to face very difficult condition in whole India. Everywhere painful, everywhere fearful. We cannot celebrate this Rabindra Jayanti. But today I will talk about different type of matter. Please, everyday practice to gratitude for our life. If we are grateful for the little thing which we have in our life, then God will bless us. We are always compare ourselves with the other people who have more than us, and we are always sad and depressed about this thing. Just think, God have given beautiful body and mind. Be thankful every little moment, every little thing. Be thankful for every present situation. Everything has a reason. Accept it and face it. Let's come back our subject. In my previous video, I have discussed about Sylow's theorem and its application. And today I will discuss this application briefly. But at first I recommended you, please see my previous video. Then today's video will be so easy. First application which has come in the exam session net. Let's see the example. For any group P, consider the group G equal to GL to ZPC, where GL2 means we all of us know set of all invertible matrix 2 cross 2 invertible matrix. Here the field ZP. Then the first option, G has an element of order P. Option 2, G has an exactly one element of order P. Third option, G has no P Sylow subgroup. And fourth option, every element of order P is conjugate to a matrix 1A 0 1, where AB member of Z mod PZ star. Order of the invertible group over ZP, here ZP is field, which I will discuss in my later video. Just remember this. Order of this group means here the set of all n cross n matrix over the field ZP equal to p to the power n minus 1, p to the power n minus p up to p to the power n minus p to the power n minus 1. Here n equal to 2. So this would be p square minus 1, p square minus p. Are you getting? This is from this line, because here n equal to 2, and that implies the order of this group GL to ZP over ZP equal to P times P minus 1 whole square times P plus 1. Are you getting this? Okay. Just recall the Sylow theorem. If G be a finite group and P be a prime number such that P to the power n divide order of the group, but P to the power n plus 1 does not divide order of the group G, then G has a subgroup of order P to the power n. Okay. Here P divide P times P minus 1 whole square P plus 1, but P square cannot divide P times P minus 1 whole square times P plus 1. Are you getting? That means GL to ZP has a Sylow P subgroup. And since P is prime, so this subgroup means this PSSG is cyclic. That means then there exists an element of order P in PSSG. Okay, that means option 1 is a right option. Are you getting? But option 3 tells G has no p-silo subgroups. But I have seen G has a PSSG. So third option also wrong option. And option 1 you can also tell by Cauchy's theorem. Because we all of us know the statement of Cauchy's theorem. If G be a finite group and if P be a prime number which divide order of the group, then G has an element of order P. But we cannot tell G has exactly one element of order P. Consider this PSSG as H and order of H equal to P. Now recall the Lagrange theorem. We all of us know by corollary of the Lagrange theorem, every element divide the order of the group. Here also the element of this subgroup must divide the order of the group. But since P is a prime number, so there exists P minus 1 elements of order P. Are you getting? Well, for all subgroup of order P, there exist P minus elements of order P. That means there exists at least P minus element, at least P minus 1 elements of order P. Okay? Option 2 is also wrong option. Now let's see the fourth option. Every element of order P is conjugate to the matrix 1A01, where A is the member of ZP star. Consider the arbitrary element A in GL2 ZPZ, where A equal to 1101. If you do squaring this matrix, then 1101 whole square would be 1201. If I multiply it again, then 1101 cube will be 1301. And if you keep it on going on, then 1101 to the power P would be 1P01, which is equal to 1001. This is the identity matrix. Means order of this element is P. Okay? And this is generate a subgroup, call it H, which is equal to cyclic subgroup generated by A. Are you getting? Okay. Now consider other member B in GL2 Z mod PZ. Then also consider order of B equal to P. And we all of us know the Sylow's second theorem. Any two PSSG of G are conjugate. That means if H and K are two PSSG of the group G, then those are both conjugate. That means since the order of this element is also P, so this is also generate other subgroup called K, which is cyclic subgroup generated by B. That means this is also PSSG of order P. Okay? That means by definition K equal to GHG inverse. But this is the definition of conjugacy of two subgroup. But conjugacy of two element, we have a other definition. GA is here. GA is G inverse equal to set of elements GA is G inverse, where A is be the member of capital H. That means every element of this subgroup K is expressed as GH G inverse, where H is a particular one element of this subgroup. Since B the member of this subgroup K, so we can tell B equal to GH G inverse. Then that means these both elements are conjugate to each other. Here H is the cyclic subgroup generated by A, and this is the actual form of general form of this subgroup, because look like this. Then since A is the particular element of this group and order of A equal to P, so we can tell B is conjugate to this element 1A. This is the general form 0, 1. Are you getting? Where A be the member of ZP star. So our fourth option is a right option. Every element of order P is conjugate to a matrix 1A 0, 1. Okay? So fourth option is a right option. Therefore, only option 1 and option 4 are true. Are you getting? Now let's see the classification group of order 12. 1. Z12, Z mod 3Z, direct product Z mod 4Z, other Z6 direct product Z2, Z2 direct product Z2 direct product Z3, and other is A4, Z mod 2Z direct product Z mod 2Z, semi direct product Z mod 3Z, other is D12, sorry here D6, S3 semi direct product Z mod 2Z, sorry here direct product, Z3 semi direct product Z2 direct product Z2, and other is Z mod 3Z semi direct product Z mod 4Z. There exist 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 group of order 12, but many of them are same. Here Z12 is isomorphic to this group, this is isomorphic to this group, these are isomorphic, these are also isomorphic to each other, and this is. That means there exist only 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 group up to isomorphism. First of them are abelian and other is non-abelian. Okay? Are you getting the structure of group of order 12? Now let's see this group by Sylus theorem. Here 12 equal to 4 plus 3, which is equal to 2 square times 3. That means there exists Silo 2 subgroup of order 4 and Silo 3 subgroup. Okay? That means from this line we can tell N2 should divide 3, and that implies 1 plus 2k equal to 3 and 1 plus 2k equal to 1. From this line we can tell N2 equal to either 1 or 3. Are you getting? Okay. And N3 should divide 4. That means from this line 1 plus 3k equal to 4 and 1 plus 3k equal to 1. That implies N3 equal to either 1 or 4. That means number of Silo 2 subgroup is either 1 or 3 and number of Silo 3 subgroup is either 1 or 4. Now let's see case 1. Suppose Silo 2 subgroup and Silo 3 subgroup both 1. Then P is only Silo 2 subgroup and Q is only Silo 3 subgroup. Since here the 1, that means both P and Q are normal in G. Since N2 and N3 both 1, that means P and Q both are normal in G. And P intersection Q equal to identity. And order of PQ would be order of P times order of P divided by order of P intersection Q. Since this is equal to identity, that means this equal to order of P times order of Q, and this is equal to 4 times 3, which is equal to 12, and 12 is similar to order of the group. And since PQ contains G, that imply G equal to PQ. Hence, we can tell G is isomorphic to P direct product Q. But since order of P equal to 4 and order of Q equal to 3, that means Q is isomorphic to Z3. And since order of P equal to 4, that means P is isomorphic to Z4 or Z2 cross Z2. That means both P and Q are abelian, and since G is isomorphic to P direct product Q, therefore we can tell G is isomorphic to either Z4 direct product Z3, which is also, since GCD of 4 and 3 equal to 1, this is isomorphic to Z12, or G is isomorphic to P cross Q, which is Z2 direct product Z2 direct product Z3, and which is similar to isomorphic to Z2 direct product Z3. That means there exists two abelian group. Are you getting? Are you getting? If you know the Silo theorem, then it will be so easy to find any structure of the group. Now consider there are 4 Silo 3 subgroup in G, and the order of each Silo 3 subgroup is 3. We all of us know the intersection of this Silo 3 subgroup intersect trivially. So there exist 4 times 2, that means 8 elements of order 3. Are you getting? Okay. And since order of G equal to 12, so 12 minus 8 equal to 4. That means there exist 4 elements of order not equal to 3. Okay? But we all of us know any 2 Silo subgroup contains 4 elements. So Silo 2 subgroup always will be normal. That means when N3 equal to 4, then N2 must be 1. And this is actually the A4 group, which is subgroup of S4. And this is the structure of alternative group. Here the number of element order 3 equal to 8, number of element order 2 equal to 3, and 1 identity. And there exists no element of order 4, 6 and 12. And here notice 3 elements of order 2. If you put identity, then it will be 4 elements. So this is isomorphic to Z2 cross Z2, because here the order of 2 Silo subgroup is 4. Are you getting? The number of subgroup of order 3 is 4. So A is 1 is actually Z3. Okay? Are you getting? That means when N3 equal to 4 and N2 equal to 1, this is actually the isomorphic to the group A4. Are you getting the construction? When N2 equal to 3 and N3 equal to 1, then the group of order 2 here non-cyclic. And in D6, we all of us know there exists 1 identity element, 7 element of order 2, 2 element of order 3, and there exists no element of order 4, 6 and 12. So, this group, when n2 equal to 3 and n3 equal to 1, then G is isomorphic to D6. Since Z2 direct product S3 has more than 3 elements of order 2. So, Z2 direct product S3 is isomorphic to D6. Are you getting the structure of any group? How easy to find if you know the Sylow theorem? Suppose n2 equal to 3 and n3 equal to 1. That means, suppose Q is a normal group and P is not. Therefore, G is isomorphic to Q semi-direct product P, where phi is a homeomorphism from P to automorphism Q. By the conjugation, phi PQ equal to PQP inverse. Since order of N3 is Sylow subgroup, order of the Sylow 3 subgroup is 3. So, Q is generated by Y, and since Q is normal, that means Y cube equal to identity. And there are two automorphism of Q. One identity and other automorphism Y map to Y square. Suppose P is cyclic group of order 4. Because P equal to Sylow 2 subgroup of order 4. Therefore, it can be Z4 or Z2 cross Z2. Okay? Or Q8. Suppose P is a cyclic group of order 4. Let P equal to generated by X, where X to the power 4 equal to 1. G is not abelian because 2 Sylow subgroup is not unique. So, conjugation by X is not identity map. This is this automorphism. Therefore, conjugation XY X inverse equal to Y square. Therefore, we get a relation of order 12 group where G is isomorphic to XY such that X to the power 4 equal to 1, Y cube equal to 1 and XY X inverse equal to Y square. Now, let's say other question. Number of abelian subgroup with order 15 in S8. This is very important. This is, we all of us know, of order PQ and where P less than Q. And we know, if P does not divide Q minus 1, then up to isomorphism, there exists only one group, which is cyclic group ZPQ. And if P divide Q minus 1, then up to isomorphism, there exists two groups. One cyclic group ZPQ and other is non-abelian group. Okay. Here the group is 15. 3 times 5 and 3 less than 5. But since 3 does not divide 5 minus 1, so it is only isomorphic to Z15, which is cyclic group. Here the question, number of abelian subgroup in S8. We all of us know, in S8, number of cyclic subgroup is number of element of order 15 in S8 divided by phi 8. This is the formula. Now let's see the number of element of order 15 in S8. We all of us know this is find by partition. 5 plus 3 equal to only possibility 2 here 8. And the LCM 5 and 3 equal to always 15. Okay. We all of us know number of element in Sn the formula is n factorial divided by 1 to the power alpha 1, 2 to the power alpha 2 up to n to the power alpha n times alpha 1 factorial, alpha 2 factorial up to alpha n factorial. Okay? By this formula, this is 8 factorial, 5 to the power 1, 3 to the power 1, 1 factorial, 1 factorial. That means this is equal to 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 into 3. This is equal to 8 times 7 times 6 times 4 times 2 divided by 5, 8. We all of us know 5, 8 equal to 6. That means this value equal to 336. Are you getting how to find the number of any subgroup in SN group? This is very important. Now let's break from Silo theorem. See one question which is very easy but very interesting and which had come in NBSM exam. Let's see the question. The question is SL2Z. We all of us know SL2Z. SL2Z is set of all 2 cross 2 matrices whose determinant is 1. Well, let's see the question. Let SL2Z denote the group of 2 cross 2 matrices with integer entries and determinant 1. Here the operation under matrix multiplication. Let capital H be the subgroup of SL2Z consisting of those matrices such that the diagonal entries are all equivalent to 1 modulo 3 and the off diagonal entries are divisible by 3. Are you getting the matrices? H is look like A, B, C, D be the member of SL2Z and A, B, C, D equal to 1 plus 3K1, 3K2, 3K3, 1 plus 3K4. Where K1, K2, K3, K4 be the member of Z. This is very interesting. Consider a homeomorphism. Phi from SL to Z to SL to Z mod 3Z. This function is look like phi from Z to Z mod NZ. And the homeomorphism I have defined phi x, phi n equal to n modulo phi x equal to n x modulo n. Okay? Just remember. Here similarly I will define phi of A, B, C, D equal to A modulo 3 because here n equal to 3, B modulo 3, C mod 3 and D mod 3. Okay? Are you getting? Well. And this mapping is always homeomorphism because this is this type. Check it on self. This is always homomorphism. And this homomorphism always onto means surjective. But what will be card phi? Card phi equal to set of all A, B, C, D member of SL to Z such that A modulo 3, B modulo 3, C modulo 3, D modulo 3 equal to 1 modulo 3, 0 modulo 3, 0 modulo 3 and 1 modulo 3. Okay? And this is actually ace. That means card phi equal to actually S. Therefore, by first isomorphism theorem, we can tell SL2Z modulo S is isomorphic to SL2Z mod 3Z. Are you getting? Here, this question indicate what is the index of S in SL2Z. That means order of SL2Z modulo S. Okay? And since this is isomorphic to SL2Z mod 3Z, therefore order of this group will be the index. Okay? And order of SL and ZP equal to P to the power n minus 1 up to P to the power n minus P to the power n minus 1 divided by P minus 1. Okay? That means since here SL2Z mod 3Z, SL2Z mod 3Z, this is equal to, here n equal to 2 and P equal to 3. This is equal to 3 square minus 1, 3 square minus 3 divided by 3 minus 1. And this is equal to 8 times 6 divided by 2. This is equal to 4. This is actually 24. Therefore, index of S in SL2Z is nothing, just 24. Are you getting? Well.